Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast. In today's podcast, I wanted to talk about BDO. News came out in the Financial Times about BDO winning more audits in the UK. And I know some people out there had questions regarding smaller accounting firms in the UK and Europe, since Big Four accounting firms and many accounting firms are struggling right now due to COVID-19. So people want to apply to as many accounting firms as possible. And today's news will show that that's a good choice, because information just came out that BDO is the second largest auditor in the UK. They now audit 297 listed companies in the UK. PwC is the largest auditor in the UK with 326 companies that they audit. Now, BDO is still the fifth largest accounting firm by revenue in the UK. And the third largest auditor in the UK is KPMG with 286 listed companies. And this is the first time, according to the Financial Times, that a mid-tier accounting firm is one of the largest auditors. And this report by the Financial Times suggests that the change is due to changing attitudes in boardrooms and accounting firms. Boardrooms are becoming more comfortable with mid-tier firms. And additionally, the Big Four accounting firms aren't willing to take on riskier clients due to increased regulations. And there's also more scandals that have changed the landscape. And the three accounting scandals they mentioned in this article are BHS, Carillion, and Thomas Cook. And these scandals and increased regulations are making it easier for companies and their shareholders to choose another accounting firm other than the Big Four accounting firms. Because the Big Four accounting firms have had so many scandals in the UK, have faced so many fines and penalties, that sometimes associating with them isn't good, especially after one of the big scandals. The Big Four accounting firms in the UK face a lot of adversity and scrutiny. However, even though the BDO is doing well in the UK, the Big Four accounting firms are still doing really well in Europe. Out of the FTSE 100, the Big Four accounting firms perform 100% of the audits for those. And previously, they had 96% of those 100 companies, but now they have 100. So the largest companies in the world still prefer to have the biggest accounting firms on their account doing an audit. But this report about BDO in the UK shows that they're gaining more territory in the UK, and the mid-tier accounting firms are doing better because of increased regulation and more scandals. So this is good for people applying for jobs. You can apply to mid-tier accounting firms. There's good opportunities there. There's going to be more, because the more audits they win, then the more familiar companies are going to be with them. They're going to be in the vendor process to be approved, and they're going to get more tax work and consulting work across the board in the UK, but also in Europe as well. So that's today's update. To get more information, make sure to subscribe to this podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Big Four Accounting Firms. Thanks for listening.